I think I made myself pretty clear through my Why I Hate Mining Stocks video series, what I think about the mining stocks. However, most people go about it the wrong way. They have no idea how to truly make money in mining. In today's video, you're going to learn 10 ways on how to make money in mining. If you're new to this channel, my name is Mariusz Konieczny. I run Microcap Explosions, a website dedicated for microcap stocks which are ignored and underfollowed by the investment industry. I also wrote 10 books on investing, one of which is available for a free download at microcapexplosions.com, so make sure you get yourself a copy. I find it very entertaining watching the thirst and the demand to make money in the mining stocks. And I think most of the people go about it the wrong way. And if you think you go about it the right way, I suggest you watch my video series on why I hate mining stocks. With that being said, this video is not about hating mining stocks. This video is truly about how to make money in mining. So let's go ahead and get started. Number one, write a book about mining. This is exactly what I did. I wrote 2 books on mining, gold production from beginning to end, and how gold companies finance themselves. There's almost an endless supply of people that want to make money in mining, and they need to get educated. Who is to best educate them about the wonderful opportunities in the mining space, if not me, who pretty much has been and seen it all already? Maybe not all. Yeah, I understand. Many of you have more experience than me, but I've had enough experience to be able to sell the knowledge to the thirsty mining stock investors. Number 2, have a newsletter or a website. Really, people are looking for knowledge, and mining companies are looking for investors. Probably one of the best ways to make money in mining is to have a newsletter specific to mining, or as a website specific to recommending or talking about mining stocks. An example of a website is, for example, explorationinsights.com. It's a subscription-based model, wonderful business model. Anytime you have a subscription business model, you charge, yearly fee, whether it's $1,000 or $2,000, I don't even remember what they charge. But it's a wonderful business model because people are looking for this knowledge, right? They're recommending stocks, charging a lot of money. The business model is fantastic, recurring revenue. Well, I'm not sure how recurring it is when people can be losing money in mining, but with that, it is recurring revenue. And it's a business model with huge profit margins. And if you have the knowledge of the mining space, it's a wonderful business model. Exploration Insight says turning rocks into money. I would say turning info into money is a better way to describe it. Number 3, having an education website about the mining industry. For example, something like miningstockeducation.com. Bill Powers runs it. I know the guy. I've talked to him. Great guy. He looks at the companies very detailed, as much detail as he can. I actually was involved in semi-due diligence on one company, and he takes it apart. He truly takes it apart, wants to know all the ugliness, all the little details to make sure that he provides good info for his people. But yeah, in addition to having a website like this, obviously mining companies want to be part of his community, right? So they want to become sponsors on his website to get exposure. And of course, he charges for that kind of exposure. And from what I understand, he's pretty selective about the kind of companies that he chooses. Not that they won't turn into disasters. This is a disastrous business, but he does his best to pick the ones that he truly believes in that are good picks, because if too many of them fail, obviously that's not good for his business. But overall, that kind of business model is wonderful. I wish I came up with it. Number 4, have a YouTube channel dedicated to mining stocks. They're always in demand. People like to gamble. People like to 10x their money. They don't like to lose 90% of their money, but they like the possibility of 10x, 20x, 100x. A YouTube dedicated for mining stocks, there's several of them out there. And believe me, if I were to turn or allow the CEOs from mining companies to be interviewed on my channel, believe me, I could make a lot of money. All the time I get the CEOs or mining companies sending me requests that they would like to be interviewed on my YouTube channel. They'll pay me 5, 10 grand as long as I just interview them. Hey, great business model. Not my YouTube channel, not on my watch, but hey, if you want to specialize in talking about mining stocks, YouTube is a great way. You can make money from YouTube ads. You can make money from interviewing CEOs because they're always looking for new investors. And you can make money from sponsoring your videos with mining companies. For example, this video right here is sponsored by Big Tree Mining. They have a project in Alberta, Canada, and they're looking for gold. They haven't found any, but believe me, they're gonna find some. And the ticker symbol is ABC, or on OTC, CDF dot blah blah. This is the kind of stuff you can do if you have a YouTube specific channel for mining. Number 5, very profitable. Raising money. I've done that. You know that Microcap Explosions raised money for 4 companies now, but we're talking about more specific mining. You know, MC raised about $13 million for Oracle, and you can look at the press releases. I was compensated for helping the company raise money. Mining companies, as you know, they always need money. How much money? Always more. They always need money. That's the nature of the business. Mining is a capital intensive business, okay? That's the reality. That's what I don't like about it, but you can turn that dislike into an opportunity. They always need money because drilling is expensive, putting mines into production is expensive, even technical reports, they're expensive. The money has to come from somewhere and they have to go and raise it from investors. They don't have access to investors. They're just a bunch of geos or a bunch of engineers put together, probably not the best at marketing, so they need money. That's why they turn into investment banks. That's why they turn into mining specific brokerages. That's why they turn into mining specific newsletters that help them raise money. They pay people that raise them money. It depends on the deal, but they pay. And raising money for capital hungry companies is a great way to make money from mining. Number 6, resource-specific funds or hedge funds, like for example, Sprott Asset Management or US Global Investors run by Frank Holmes or Electrum Group run by Thomas Kaplan. They are all specific to resource investing. Fantastic business model. You specify in a particular sector and you become an expert in that sector. And then people that want to allocate money into this wonderful industry of mining, they want to look for an expert. They're afraid, they don't want to do it themselves, so they give money to these managers, and these managers can charge 1-2% for assets under management. You manage $100 million like this, you make $1 million to $2 million a year. You make $1 billion, you manage $1 billion of these assets, you make $10 million a year. A wonderful business model. You can hire some geos to do the work, to read 43 101s, make wonderful recommendations, and yeah, it's a good business model. And if you turn it into a hedge fund, you might even be able to charge 2 and 20. I don't know. Just open up your eyes. It's an opportunity. Number 7, become a geologist. Think about this. Most kids, when they go to college, what do they want to major in? They want to major in philosophy, psychology, and get an MBA. Like MBA. You want to get an MBA and you've never run a business. How ridiculous is that? But that's what most people want to do. As a result, we have shortages of, real engineers. You think there's enough people in mining, in engineers? No! Become a geologist and become a good geologist. You're always going to have a job because remember, these companies always need geologists. It's not like they know how to do it. They just are chasing the dream of finding gold, striking a ridge, right? They sell the story to the investors to raise money. Well, somebody has to organize the drilling program. Somebody has to read all of these complicated reports that you and I don't read. Somebody has to do it. It's the geologist. Get a geology degree. Number 8, sell them the drill rigs. Think about this. In order to find out what's in the ground, what do you have to do? You have to drill, right? Sell them the drilling rigs. There's drillers that provide services to the mining companies. I would caution you about this because the drilling companies can be public and private, and you can lose just as much money in them because the industry is cyclical. But overall, if let's say you have a drilling company that's private and you are responsible about your money, you know it's cyclical, and you know that during the down years your business is going to slow down, you're going to be okay, and during the good years you're going to make a lot of money. But the point is that when you sell drills or drilling services, or even like a lab that assays the results, it's the same thing. You don't care about whether the project will succeed or not. You're going to get paid. You're going to get paid for drilling a hole. Whether the hole is successful or not, you're going to get paid. You're going to get paid for assaying the results, whether the results are good or not. You're going to get paid. Number 9, write 43101 reports or any technical reports for the mining industry. You all know that, well, not all, but when you have a deposit, the deposit needs like an appraisal report. Like a house needs an appraisal. A mining deposit needs what's called a 43101, which describes what's there, grade, and all that stuff. It's a very complicated report. It's a long report. In order to write the report, you have to have the drilling data and all sorts of other data. And that report has to be written by an independent party, consultant, whatever you call them. You can get a degree and learn how to write those reports. You're always going to be in demand. There's always not enough people to be able to write those reports. And of course, during the slow times, there's less demand for that, of course. But during the good times, you're going to be in a lot of demand. And if you are very good at your job, you're always going to have a job doing this. Number 10, that is the best one probably. Sell them the nightmare. What do you mean sell them the nightmare? Look, the mining companies produce whatever it is, gold, silver, copper, zinc, whatever you want. They produce it. The mining business is a business where you are producing yourself out of business. The more you produce, the less you have because the resource is depleting. That's the reality. That's the reality of the mining business. The mining companies constantly have to look for new and exciting projects to put into production to maintain their revenue levels or increase their revenue levels. Where do you think they get those projects from? They get them from juniors. They get them from explorers. That's exactly what Oracle is doing. Oracle and Santa Thomas. Santa Thomas is not going to be put in production by Oracle. Oracle is preparing, putting a package together, preparing to sell this asset to a major. So I say, sell the nightmare to a major. And why do I call it a nightmare? Because in a mining business, I have seen it enough times where whatever the company tells you something is going to produce, it's going to cost more to put it into production. The cost of production is going to be more. There's going to be more problems along the way to put it into production than anybody anticipated, that any study told them. And that becomes a nightmare if you are a shareholder in those companies and those companies are not very well capitalized. Something goes wrong, they run out of money, the stock tanks, they have to raise money, dilute, and it's a complete nightmare. So take this nightmare and turn it into an opportunity. Find companies that have fantastic assets that solve the problem for the majors. The majors need new deposits. They do. So find something that's going to be bought by them. It's not that easy, but that's what I'm doing, right? That's what we're doing with Oracle. It's get a great asset that they will want. It will solve the problem of either increasing copper production or get into copper production, whatever it is. Sell them the asset. It's much better than putting that asset into production. I said it so many times. The second I hear that Oracle wants to put Santa Thomas in production, I will find my sell button quicker than my cell phone. Okay? I'm out. Actually, I would be out, maybe not right away, but because as long as they can make projections and Excel sheets and this is how much it's going to make, that's all good because that creates excitement. But the moment that the reality comes in, it has to be put into production, I'm out. Sayonara. No more. That's it for this video. This is it. 10 ways to truly make money in mining. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was educational. I hope it was entertaining. That's my goal here. Hopefully you enjoy this channel. I would appreciate it if you click the subscribe button, the notification button. Leave me a comment, share the video. I will try to converse with every comment. Thanks for watching.